Yo, what up? It's your boy, and we're back at it again with a little guide. Okay, guys, so today I'm gonna be explaining the PvP modes that this game has. Starting from the casual PvP mode, the one that changes the color of your name. This one just gives you a buff of 10% experience, and you only really get into a PvP match with anyone when you bump your character into theirs physically in the game. And the secondary PvP mode, which is the ranked PvP mode. Now you can access it by clicking on this button here. I guess the gist of this mode is that they change which evolution level is used daily, and you need to have 6 Digimons set up in the PvP storage as a team so that you can use it. You can't just go with the team that you currently have on hand. I'm gonna first explain how your stats are calculated for this mode, and then we'll just work out from there to the rankings to how you actually play this. The first thing to note is that stat-wise, the tab that is going to be used to see what stats are going to be calculated is this last one, right? You can see that my Digimon doesn't have anything on it, but he already has some stat boosts. Every Digimon receives a very big HP buff on this mode, and the stats are calculated different between each evolution, so one might have different PvP specific buffs than the other. The second thing to know is that the stat bonuses that I currently have, they are from correction, like these 14 and these 3%, they are the ones that were existing previously and are from hatching or correction. The stats that you can change at Elecmon, right? So these are factored in. And the last thing that you need to know is that you can grab these blocks and just place them here, and that will give your Digimon stats, right? You cannot place a block on top of another existing block, but you can pay 100 crown to reset it, so I would suggest that you just place your blocks with a little bit of care, but don't think about it too much. Especially if you don't have like a great idea of what you're doing, I would suggest just playing to your Digimon strengths. Your Digimon is naturally a tank, and you need a tank, you could just spec into that. If you need a Digimon that's more aggressive, then you can go on strength. I just wouldn't suggest going to critical, evasion, or chain skill, because those are not super reliable. You can all see that the two tabs, they have very different stat spreads for my Digimon, right? This one is used in PvE, and this one is used on PvP. Now, for Digimon that are not on Mega, you can get specialization for your Digimon, and those stat bonuses, they do count, so they do matter. So just rounding it all up, the stats will be a mix of this stat bar that you can see right here, the correction stats, and specialization, right? The other thing that's gonna factor in for your Digimon is going to be its skill levels. So if your Digimon has a skill level of 6, it's gonna have a skill level of 6 when you go to the PvP. It's that simple. The first thing on this menu that you need to know about it is that there's this button here, and that will pull up the storage for the PvP, right? The only rule for interacting with this is that your Digimon, the Digimon you want to place in a team, it has to be in the storage. So let's go place this boy right there. I'll put him right there at the top. And now you can see him back there chilling in the island. And when I open the storage, it's gonna be right there at the top. So if I go to the Mega Day, for example, and just drag him in, there he is as a Mega, right? But if I take him out and I select the evolution level here to be like Rookie, for example, it's gonna be scaled down to Rookie, and his level is going to be set to the level that the Rookies play in. So that's something to like keep track of, because it's very easy to lose your Digimon when you're messing with this mode. It's also very important to know that you can store the Digimon here. Like, even if you don't plan on playing PvP too much, if you just want extra slots for storing Digimon, you can just put them here and forget about it, because this is extra storage, basically. You don't need to have a team set up specifically for each one starting out. Like, you can use the same Digimon, just you gotta have to remember to move them around depending on which day it is. Right, now let's talk about the main ranking system. The season is gonna be said right here in the top. The starting date and the end date will always be set up there. At the bottom left, you can see how many points you currently have. And you can click this other tab, just pull up the ranking. The ranking is updated at every daily reset, so you can see how much progress you've made or how much progress other people have made in comparison to you. And don't forget that you can always translate this button here in the corner to see what evolution dates are going to be used in the coming days, so you can plan ahead if you want to. Now, this button up here, though, is the one that I left for last because it shows you the tokens and the possible ranking rewards. We'll get back to those in a second, but you just need to know that depending on how high you place, you can get better or worse rewards. As far as playing the PvP mode, I'm just gonna play one, like queue up for one game and show you guys how it works. So you can fight enemies while you're queued, and you have to accept the match to actually go into it. Changing maps will cancel you from queuing, and you need to watch out for that kind of stuff. It will not affect things too much, but you know, just something you need to be aware of. And now that I'm here in a match, I'm just gonna explain to you the pick system. So the top right always gets to pick first. And once a selection is made, you have to confirm it on this button, right? And you can pick from any of the Digimon they've set from that day in any order, regardless of like you having a Digimon that you like more or less. You can also see their stats and skill levels, so you're prepared for what you're going through, right? There's a time limit and you will be timed out if you don't pick something, so you need to watch out for that. And once all two sides have picked, the last pick is like blind for both players. And after that, you just start a regular PvP match. It's important to know that the PvP is played always on the 1x speed for the battle. And it is also very legal to use potions, battle potions, and swapping your Digimon 3 times, so use that to your advantage. That's basically the gist about queuing and playing the PvP mode. The last thing that you want to know, absolutely, is that there is an exchange shop for the tokens. Like I mentioned earlier, the tokens will be given to you when you finish the season, right? But even at the lowest end, you're gonna get some tokens, regardless of how high or low you place, right? So these tokens, they can be used right here. It's in the very corner of the city, as you can see. And this Guilmon, it has like a Guilmon egg that you can exchange for 1,000 tokens. So even in the worst case scenario, you can get it within a year. And in the best case scenario, you can get it like every season if you're among the top ranked players, right? Though this egg is limited to one purchase, I believe. I'm not sure if they're ever going to change that, but that's what we got. There's a lot of other cool rewards here too they can obtain. And I guess that's pretty much all of it, like all of the PvP system. Do keep an eye out for like what day it is for the PvP, and like do plan ahead, because you know, especially if you're starting out, you may not have a specific theme ready, or you may not have like 6 Digimon on that evolution level, and you can just play a lot on the ones that you like. You don't necessarily have to play every day. It's not about playing every day, it's about just getting good points, right? And queue times may vary depending on what the day or the time, right? So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Hope you guys have a good one, and if you got any questions about the PvP system, drop them in the comments. Always here for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.